caused by floodwaters at Riddlesden in Keighley. Parts of their gardens have fallen into the River Aire. Here's Mark Ansell.
Well, the River Aire here in Riddlesden and Keighley is still high, as you can see, but across the other side of the river is what's really dramatic. This landslide that's taken out part of the gardens on Westlea Avenue just across the other side of the river, and this happened in the early hours of the morning. 6 houses up there have been evacuated. Let's speak to one of the residents from that road, Sue. What happened in the early hours of yesterday morning?
I only woke up at 6 o'clock and the emergency services were already there, and I went out. It was pouring down with rain. I could barely stand up on the street because the water was going that fast. There was nothing I could do, and I knew the emergency services were dealing with it, so I just went back in, contacted one of my friends that I know was one of the end houses, and said, you can come round to mine. And he later came round to mine for a few hours.
So in the early hours of the morning, the floodwater was coming down the road. Yeah. Luckily, it hasn't, we don't think, got into the houses, but it certainly has affected the gardens, some of which you can see has been wiped out into the River Aire.
Yeah, I knew the danger because of a very steep embankment and what was damaged at what I can do. And like I say, there were a lot of water about coming down. It wasn't just normal. It's totally extraordinary for us. We've never had that before.
How are your neighbours who have been affected?
Very distressed, as you would be if you're thinking you might lose your house and you can't. Well, yeah. My friend, he's got his dad's ashes in the garden, and it's family home.
Does it make you worry about your house?
Yes, I'm not far from the end, and I'm worried if this sort of thing happens again and it takes out another house, and it's coming nearer me. I mean, what's going to happen?
OK, Sue, thanks very much for speaking to me. The River Aire, as you can see, is still very high, and there's no sign as of yet when the residents of those 6 houses that have been evacuated will be back home.
Mark Ansell reporting there. Well, in the Calder Valley, volunteers and flood wardens spent the weekend trying to minimise